The woman drank the tonic her husband handed her, but she noticed the strange look on her mother-in-law's face. She suddenly remembered the nanny's warning from the day before. Be careful with any food they give you when you get back. She immediately realized something might be wrong with the tonic, but to avoid raising suspicion, she drank it in front of her mother-in-law anyway. She wanted to see what they were really planning. Soon, the drug in the tonic knocked her unconscious. When she woke up, she found ink marks on her fingers. She realized that while she was out, her husband had forced her to sign a property transfer agreement. To find the truth, she searched the trash can and found the leftover tonic. She planned to take it to the hospital for testing, but as she turned the corner of the living room, she overheard a terrifying conversation. Can the psychiatric hospital staff come tomorrow? It's already arranged. Even if she finds out about the property transfer later, she won't be able to fight back once she's in the hospital. She backed away in shock. Only then did she realize their plan was nearly complete. To gather evidence, she pretended to know nothing and tried to reassure her husband. At the same time, she asked the nanny to get the tonic tested. Her husband had no idea that Alice had already uncovered their scheme and had begun investigating him. Soon, her cousin arrived with the results. He illegally mortgaged all the properties under your name. The total is 300 million. Now that they had evidence, the next step was to take the properties back. They split into 3 groups. Alice would keep pretending to be naive to lower her husband's guard. The nanny obtained the test results for the tonic. Now everything depended on the cousin. The 300 million loan he got by secretly mortgaging the properties wasn't even under his own name. The nanny quickly thought of a bank president. Not only had she approved the illegal loan for the husband, she was also his next target. When they confronted the bank president, she refused to cooperate. But Alice was no longer the weak woman she once was. Do you want to talk somewhere private? Or right here in the bank? The bank president immediately panicked. She was also the husband's mistress. With no choice, she followed them out. Once they arrived at another location, the president realized Alice was only asking about the loan. Her relationship with the husband hadn't been exposed yet. That gave her confidence to refuse again. But she didn't expect that Alice had already brought a lawyer. She stayed cautious, afraid of being recorded and later retaliated against. She wrote the name of the loan recipient on paper. Alice didn't recognize the name at all. There was no one like that around her husband. The nanny suddenly thought of the husband's mother. Only then did they realize the husband had been using a fake name. Even the mother-in-law's name was fake. Before leaving, Alice gave the bank president a quiet warning.
你和顾延成的关系我都已经知道了，他利用的女人不止你一个，别再让他受骗。
Now that she knew the truth, the next step was to get the property deeds back. As soon as Alice returned home, she saw a transport van from a psychiatric hospital outside. Pretending not to notice, she went inside. Sure enough, her husband had put hallucinogenic drugs in her food. She knew he wanted her to appear mentally unstable, so he could send her to a psychiatric hospital legally. Her husband was moving into the final stage of his plan, but today, his plan was going to fail.